Kia ora koutou, my name is Shaun Higgins, Curator Pictorial at Tamaki Paenga Auckland Memorial Museum, and it's my privilege to offer the Olaf Petersen collection for inscription to the UNESCO Memory of the World. Olaf Petersen was a photographer from Swanson who spent his entire life in Swanson, born and died there. He was born in 1915 and he died there in 1994. And during that life, he spent about 50 years of it taking photographs of the locale around him, taking photographs of the people, but especially taking photographs of nature. And it's the nature part and the people that connect into the nature that make his story so amazing. In 1988, Ulla decided to approach the museum to donate his collection of about 50,000 negatives, over 5,000 prints and 400 competition prints. And all of that was a place where he envisaged that his collections would be accessible, would be preserved, and it goes nicely with the museum's various themes of social history, natural history. So I think he found a happy place there. So the inscription for this collection at Tamaki Paenga Auckland Memorial Museum is about a unique collection that represents our region, West Auckland in particular, part of Auckland. It represents our natural history. It is unique in that he himself has his own style, his own approach, his own way of looking at landscape, of looking at nature. And a very humble man. What is amazing about him is that few people have actually even heard of him apart from perhaps his presence in the Weekly News, a newspaper series where he would offer regular weekly photography. His beautiful images would be visible and people may not even have known who he was, but they would certainly have seen his images in some way. His collection tells us a story that is today all too real, but perhaps in his time was only beginning to be understood. He looks across at the environment and we see humans interacting with it. But in that course of activity, we also see change. As we delve into his collection, I think we can see things that he wasn't aware of. Olaf Petersen's work was happening at a very special time for him, but one that is perhaps a little bit different to us today. He was in an environment, in a place, looking at a world that was changing around him, and he documented environments for an aesthetic pleasure, what he called a mood. Every single photograph was about capturing the mood, and it wasn't always the subject he was interested in. But if we look at his work today, that unique subject, whether it's bush in West Auckland and Waitakere Ranges, or whether it's beaches, whether it's birds that are endangered or even gone, all of these subjects offer a unique record for the future. There's an interesting quote that Olaf Petersen himself used, which sums up some of his approach to photography. He said that if a picture is there, it should be taken. It may not be there later. And I think that talks to a lot of the work, famously West Coast beaches of sand that change every day. It shows his lake Wainumu and some of the other places he went, a unique aspect to the changeable environment around him. And photography itself, the fleeting moment that you freeze with the frame. You have to be ready to take a picture, you have to carry a camera with you all the time.